All right, this is part 2 of 9-6. In this side, we're going to just strictly be working on a coordinate plane and dilating an image on a coordinate plane. So to me, this is even easier than the last one because the last one we had to kind of eyeball and use our judgment to draw, whatever. This one, all we're going to do is multiply the ordered pairs of each coordinate by whatever the scale factor is, and that gives us the new coordinate. So we're not guessing on how far out we're going at all. Okay, so let's just jump right in here. I'm going to, let's see, I have a black and a red pen, so I'm going to draw the original in black and then the dilation in red. So the original E, -2, -2, F, -2, up 1, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 4, over 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and H, over 2, down 2. And then I can connect those, and this is my original shape. And then it tells me right there that I have a scale factor of 0.5. So all I'm gonna do now is multiply all of the numbers in each ordered pair by 0.5, and that'll give me the new ordered pair. So E prime is -2 times 0.5, which is -1, and -2 times 0.5, which is -1. So E prime is at -1, -1. Oh, sorry, -1, -1 here. E prime. And then F, multiply -2 by -1. So that's not, sorry, I'm sorry. -2 by 0.5, which will give us -1. And then multiply 4 by 0.5, and that'll give us 2. So F prime is back 1 up 2. I can go ahead and connect those. And then G prime. 2 times 0.5 is 1. 4 times 0.5 is 2. So I'm going to go over 1 up 2. There's G prime. And then lastly, H prime. 2 times 0.5 is 1. -2 times 0.5 is -1. So over 1, down 1. H prime. So there's my new dilated image. This scale factor is less than 1, so I should have a reduction, and the red is smaller than the black, so I do. We only have 4 of these, so it should be super quick and easy. A, we're going to start by graphing that. So A is at -2, -2. B is at -1 up 2. C is at over 2 up 1. All right, and then our scale factor is 2. So A prime, I'm going to multiply -2 times 2, that's -4. -2 times 2, that's -4. So I'm going to go backwards 4, down 1, 2, 3, 4. A prime. B prime is the one that I've manipulated. So that's -1 times 2 is -2. 2 times 2 is 4. So I'm going to go backwards 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4. That's B prime. And then lastly, C prime. 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. So over 4, up 2, C prime. So I got this guy, and this guy. It's an enlargement, we can see. Okay, super easy. You don't even have to guesstimate. You literally know where your points are based on multiplication. All right, here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points, pentagon. So we have 0, 0. We have over 3 up 3. B. We have over 6, 1, 2, 6 up 3. We have over 6 down 3. And we have over 3 down 1, 2, 3. That's C, D, E. Okay, cool. So then I connect that with that, with that, with that, with that. Looks like home plate or something, right? And then I'm going to multiply all of that by 1/3. So for A prime, 0 times 1/3 is 0. 0 times 1/3 is 0. So that doesn't change at all. I stay here. A prime. B prime, that's going to change. 3 times 1/3 is 1. 3 times 1/3 is 1. So B prime is going to be over 1 up 1. And this is less than 1, so it is going to be a reduction. So far this is making sense. C prime, 6 times 1/3 is 2. 3 times 1/3 is 1, so I'm going to go over 2 up 1. That's C prime. D prime, 6 times 1/3 is 2. Negative 3 times 1/3 is negative 1. Over 2, down 1. That's D prime. And then E prime. 3 times 1/3 is 1. Negative 3 times 1/3 is negative 1. So over 1, down 1. Right there. E prime. So I've got this big home plate looking shape, and then I shrink it. It's still sharing that same vertex here, but it's much more shrunken down, right? It's 1/3 of the size that it was. Okay, and last but not least, number 4. We've got 1, 2, 3. This is going to be a triangle. Over 2, up 2, there's A. Over 3, up 4, there's B. Over, oh, darn it. And we're increasing 2.5. Well, each of these is 2, and I wasn't paying attention. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not playing that game. We're just going to keep them all at 1. Okay, and then C was at over 5 up 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up 2. There's C. Okay, and then our scale factor is 2.5. So we're going to multiply everything by 2.5. So A prime, 2 times 2.5 is 5. 2 times 2.5 is 5. So I'm going to go over 5, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's A prime. B prime. 3 times 2.5 is 6 and 1.5, 7.5. And 4 times 2.5 is 10. So I'm going to go over 7.5 up 10, way up here, right? I don't even quite have the room, but that's going to be B prime. And then C prime is probably going to be over here, right where I started writing, but that's okay. C prime, 5 times 2.5 is going to be 12.5. And 2 times 2.5 is 5. So I'm going to go over 12.5, up 5. Yes, so it's going to be right in here somewhere. So boom, boom, boom. So this triangle is an enlargement of this triangle, right? I just kind of guesstimated. You were supposed to follow this where it had 2, 4, 6, 8. I didn't pay attention. I started graphing this after I realized that, so I changed the numbers to just be 1 unit each. That's why we ran out of room. Okay, so make sure you do always pay attention to that. If you have questions on dilations, right, all we're doing is enlarging or shrinking shapes, an enlargement or reduction. If the scale factor is equal to 0, nothing happens. If the scale factor is equal to 1, nothing happens. It's a congruent shape when you dilate it. If it's less than 1, it's a reduction. You're shrinking it. If the scale factor is greater than 1, it's an enlargement. You're making it bigger. If you have any questions on this, let me know.